Regan Slaymaker for International Boxing News, and I have the pleasure to be joined by 9-0 lightweight contender Louie O'Doherty. Louie, massive fight ahead of you on Saturday, mate, but how you doing?
No, I'm feeling really good. Ready to fight, ready to rumble, really. So yeah, that's it.
Definitely, mate, as well. English lightweight title on the line, Youssef Khoumari. I mean, you've had that southern area, we'll talk about that in a minute, but how big of a fight is this for the context of your career on Saturday?
Yeah, well, it's the biggest. Obviously biggest fight I'm gonna have is at the minute is 12 rounds. So it's more rounds than I've done, and probably the best opponent I've been in with as well. So overall, the best test I'm gonna have to date.
Definitely, mate. What do you obviously Yusuf Kamari, he's been on those Matchroom shows. He's fought some of the bigger names, but firsthand, what do you know about him?
Um, not any more than what I've seen fight wise, like footage. Don't know anything about him personally. Just I know he's won the Southern area. And obviously he's just won the English. Obviously he's fought at a very decent level, bigger platforms than I have. So he's obviously double the experience I've got, or just over. So yes, it's a good, really good name to have on my list of people that I'll fight in now and in the future.
Definitely, mate. Would you consider this fight a breakout fight for you? Obviously, you've won that Southern area, but on the small hall shows, and that obviously where Yusuf's known. Would you consider this a breakout fight for yourself?
Potentially, yeah. Potentially depending on obviously, I think it's very much based on the performance. If I perform to sort of level I think I can, I think yeah, it would go okay. He's got more than what I've shown in other fights, which is generally just grit. Hopefully, I can show a little bit more than that against a more skillful fighter as well, like than anyone I fought, or so I believe anyway. And I think I think that can show a lot of my skill as much as him showing his. And if I win it on good grounds, then that'll look good. Yeah, I think it could get me sort of in the spotlight a little bit more.
Definitely as well, and I need to talk about kind of the domestic lightweight scene as well. I mean, Sam Noakes has just been ordered for the world title. Obviously, yeah, he has the British title. I think Regan Glacken was ordered to fight him as a mandatory challenger. I mean, you pick up this win on Saturday night. 9 times out of 10, those English champions they get put as the mandatory slot for the British title. This could open a lot of doors for yourself next.
Yeah, yeah. So this is a British final
Of
eliminator anyway.
course, yeah.
So I mean, it should put me pretty much right at the top to take that on. And that will be again, yeah. That's a massive fight. And so if I do that, if I have British title on me 11th fight, then that's I think that's saying a lot. So that'd be nice.
It definitely would, mate, as well. And obviously, you fought some good people. I mean, Marley Mason, Jeff Ofori for those Southern area titles as well. Obviously, you were set to fight Liam Dillon, which I'm personally still upset that that fight didn't happen because that would have been an
Yeah,
absolute cracker between you two.
yeah, it would have.
But but obviously, kind of all those fights, what would you say? And it might not even be those two fights, but what would you say the most difficult fight of your career has been so far,
Um,
or the one
yeah,
that you learned the
definitely.
most in? Sorry.
Uh, the one I learnt the most, to be honest, it's the fights before that. It's them fours and
Mhm.
six rounders when you don't know, you're not so in tune with what pro boxing is and the smaller gloves and the rounds going on and people that you're fighting that are more experienced in that category. So I think a lot of the earlier fights, I think especially like the first fight, everything's different. It's not amateur anymore. It's a very different style. And I think to be honest. I'd say I probably learnt more in my first fight than I did anywhere else. Even just in terms of being fit, thinking, okay, this isn't 3 rounds. Even though it's only four, it makes a difference. And I think that's probably where I learnt most of it. I think with Marley, I think I just went to what I know, and it worked. Just basically very basic boxing, which done the job. And obviously I had the fitness to go through the rounds, which made it better. And with Jeff, it was a battle of attrition. I must admit, I wasn't in I wasn't in the greatest of ways for that fight. Just got a bit ill and stuff beforehand, and obviously went through with it. And but that wasn't either way. It was it was just a tough it out fight, and I don't say there's anything to learn. I mean, some people think they learn something about yourself, but I knew I can do it. I know I've got that in me. I've tested myself enough times in many different areas, not just boxing. I know I can push myself to that limit. So that wasn't a big thing. That was just get it done and get it done and move on sort of thing. So I'd say it's the earlier fights is where I definitely learned my trade basically.
Definitely, definitely, mate. I mean, I want to talk about. I mean, you stopped Marley Mason as well. It's not like you bit like a lot of people just beat him, but you stopped him. I mean, speaking to Marley, he's a bit of a crazy character. I like chatting to him as well. But I mean,
Yeah.
when you've got someone that I mean that aggressive, that forward, you boxed him relatively early on for a title as well. Does it obviously, and you said you got your boxing brain going in that fight. Does that prove that you can kind of remain calm under that pressure? Because if there's one thing that Marley's going to do, especially with a prospect in his first title fight, he's going to give that pressure, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah, no, he it was times when he tried to rattle me, um, but I just knew round by round, I knew what was happening. I knew how he was breaking down. His punches were slower. There was less power in the shots, and I just knew sort of my straight shots just kept hitting, and basically from the start I knew the jabs hitting, the jabs hitting, the jabs hitting. So I was in the corner saying, just put something behind it, put the right hand behind it. It's gonna if that first one's hitting, put her behind. You ain't got, and as he's getting more tired now, I'm also there's less of a risk when I'm throwing them shots because less is coming back now. And it was just keeping it simple. And yeah, I think the composure was I don't know. Yeah, I guess just from the amateur style as well. Just I'm just used to boxing so much that it just stay composed. And when every time I've ever lost my temper early on in my career, it never worked. Never ever worked. So you learn that pretty quickly in boxing, unless you're getting away with that. But I don't think as you push on, you don't get away with that anymore. Especially in the longer rounds when the angers also drains your energy.
Definitely, mate, as well. Final two from me, obviously, Louis. You've been at obviously you've had those big fights on the small hall shows, but for those that haven't watched you box before and obviously haven't seen you on GBM more recently as well, what can people expect when they head down to York Hall on Saturday? What are they in for when they watch a Louie O'Doherty fight?
Um, Fast paced because I like to fight tired. I don't have a clue why I do it to myself, but definitely fast pace. Um, so yeah, fast pace. If the rounds keep going, I'll keep going. So that's going to be good, and hopefully just a little bit more from what you haven't seen the other ones. Yeah, a little bit more boxing IQ and a little bit more setting up and rather than just every punch being a punch. Hopefully a bit more IQ in there as well would be nice.
Definitely, definitely, mate, as well. And for one, I'm a bit gutted I can't be at York Hall on Saturday night, but it's a great fight between yourself and Youssef as well. Final one, Louis. We ask everyone who comes on the channel this question: when all's said and done, what does boxing mean to you?
Well, everything at the minute. I do many things outside. I do work a lot on things, but just it's just that's before everything you do. That's what I think about when I wake up in the morning. It's okay. It has everything going to fit around training and around boxing. And when I go sleep, it's as all the training being done. That's essentially my life. And then if I've got even my little boy, if I've got to train, he's in the running buggy. He's doing that. Or if I think doing some cardio, he's in the baby carrier. I'm going up and down the stairs 100 times. No, nothing gets in the way. Nothing gets in the way, no matter what. And that's just my style.
I mean, yeah, those weighted runs. I mean, with a little one, like they can't be fun, but I'm sure they'll be worth it, Louis, as well. I mean, Louis, thank you again for your time today, mate, and best of luck on Saturday night with for that in that English title fight.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Nice to speak to you.
No worries, you too.